Okay guys, this is a short video just to show you a watch phone. This is the TW818. I bought this from China and it's sent across to England. I'm very pleased with it. It has a USB slot on the side here, little door that opens, mini USB. You get in the kit you get a charger, which is the wall charger here. Comes with this European plug. There's a mini USB or micro USB, I'm not too sure which one it is, it's very small. And you get a spare battery in the kit as well. Very nicely packaged, lovely box. I'll come away working abroad now, so I haven't got the box with me, but it's absolutely beautiful. Very nice watch, very good quality. The band is very comfortable. The watch isn't too heavy. I thought it was going to be very heavy. Actually, it's not as heavy as I thought it was. I like heavy watches, but I'm actually very pleased with it. It's very comfortable to wear all day. On the side here, there is a stylus in here, which you can pull out and operate the phone. It comes out in 3 sections. Okay, popping back in again into there. You actually don't need the stylus to operate the phone. I was trying to look for a phone that you didn't need to have the stylus, and this is it. It actually works very well indeed. On the wrist, if I just do it up, it's got a very nice clasp, very secure and rugged. I've got very small wrists, and I've taken 2 links out of this watch strap, so this watch does not look big on your wrists. If I try and stand away, you might get a better view of it. Okay, all round, but it isn't a big bulbous bulky thing. Everybody who's seen it thinks it looks really stylish, smart, fashionable, very modern. It doesn't look like a normal big chunky watch phone. There's camera built into it here, 1.3 megapixel camera. 2 buttons. I would have preferred the buttons to have been on this side actually, because I'm right-handed, purely because there's no display on here. You just touch one of the buttons to liven the display up for the watch. And if you've got a jumper on, I would prefer to have had the button here so I could press it, roll my jumper up, look at it, and then put it back again. But that's just a minor thing. But the buttons work very well. This button here switches the phone on and off. You just press and hold it, or returns back to the main menu. And this one does other functions. When you're in a menu, you can operate the watch with there as well. On here you've got a microphone, and on here you've got the speakers built into the wristband. Actually pretty good. The audio is not bad at all. Driving the car, if you receive a call, you just simply press this button twice, okay, and you answer the call straight away. When you're driving with your hands on the steering wheel, you can hear perfectly. People can hear you when you're changing gear or what have you. We have no issues with dropouts or anything like that. It works very well. When you get over about 70 miles an hour, you know, sort of on a motorway, then yeah, you do get a bit of noise, and it's a bit hard to hear the speaker. So it's better just put your hand up towards your back of your neck or what have you, and then you can actually talk and listen. Okay, 2 ways, well, several ways of using the phone, but use the hands-free as we do there, or I use my Samsung Bluetooth headset. Keeps in the pocket all the time. I leave it switched off, and what I do is when I switch it on like this, if somebody calls me and I want to have a bit of privacy, I just switch that on, and instantly the phone's connected. Now the Bluetooth on this phone is absolutely brilliant. Anything I've connected to it connects instantly, like it just connected then in within about 2 or 3 seconds. There's no messing around, it just connects up. If somebody calls you and you're talking to them on the phone like this, hands-free, if you want a bit of privacy, I just switch this on and it automatically changes across, and it's just virtually instant. It's actually very good, very impressed with it indeed. The other thing I use as well is I got my little BT, was it 3030, my Jabra Bluetooth stereo headphone adapter here. So I plug my headphones into this, and when I'm in the gym I listen to this here without any cables going to my pocket. This works perfectly as well. Again, Bluetooth again, just switch it on and it connects straight away. This one works all the functions except for the fast forward and the fast rewind. But the volume works. You can receive calls, just press the button and you talk on it. It all works seamlessly. You can pause your music and start it again on here, and just you can change tracks backwards and forwards. So everything seems to work on that except for the fast forward and fast rewind when you're inside when you're playing a track. Right, going back to the phone now. It's a bit hard for me to get in here because I'm sort of using my mobile phone to record this. But if you just press any of the buttons, the time comes on. Touch the screen, you go straight into the main menu. I'll bring it up just so you can probably see some of the clarity of the screen. The screen is very clear, it's beautiful. Now it can be hard for me to operate, but I I have no issues using this phone with the touchscreen. It's beautiful. It's one of the best ones that I've seen around. It's one of the largest ones as well. They say 1.5 inch, and some websites say 1.6 inch, but I think it's at 1.5 inch. You've got your phone book, you've got your messages. So if you want to go to your messages, you've got your inbox there. If you want to write a message, just touch the top of the screen. It's hard for me to operate like this, but normally it works very well indeed. I've got fat fingers and I've got no fingernails, so I find it quite good to operate. So if I go like, say, type something like hi there, okay, hi there, you can see that's gone in there, no problem at all. Okay, the screen, somehow it works very well with your fingers. Although everything's very close and tight together, it works very well indeed. So, like I say, I use my fingers for everything, for all the functions, text messages, typing phone numbers in, whatever, and I don't have an issue. Okay, I'm just you can clear those letter back if you want to. It's got predictive text on it. It's got normal text where you tap through, and also it's got handwriting recognition. So if you touch the screen, it changes the screen to a touch sensitive screen as well. But I found you can only do one letter at a time, so it could be time consuming. But if you're into that handwriting, that's good as well. Okay, we can go. You can then hit options, and you can either send it. The camera's not picking up all the highlighted stuff, unfortunately, so I'll just move through. I'll scroll through some of the settings. Send to. You've got input method, so you can change how you want to use the texting. So you can use smart, small ABC, or you've got smart. If I bring it down here, you'll see the top one was smart, large ABC, capitals. You've got normal ABC, where you tap the letters continuously. And then you've got handwriting, etc. But you set how you want to default it, and then while you're typing a letter, you can change it anytime by touching this middle bottom button. You just touch that and you change on through the settings. So it works very, very well, very intuitive. Very pleased with that. And again, if I hit this button here, the top one, I go back into the main screen. Now the phone holds, it can take a micro SD card, and it goes up to 16 gigabytes, which is incredible. Now, they call the cards in Japan or China, I think they're called T-Flash, which I think is a trans flash card. But they're the same as our SD cards, our mini SDs or micro SDs, should I say. And I'm using an SDHC as a high capacity Samsung card in there, and it's 24 megabytes a second. And that was about £22 I paid for that. And that works fine in this phone. Now you can connect the phone via your USB. The USB cable came with the charger. You just unplug it here. Okay, you can plug this straight into your computer. Okay, you plug the other end into your phone, and then you can just talk to it like it's just another mass storage device. You can Bluetooth to it as well, so that's no issue. The phone also has, other than just telephone system, it's got WAP and GPRS as well. Now, when it came, it was all defaulted to the Chinese system. It took me a little while going through Google to work out all the settings for it. Now, my provider is O2. They couldn't help me with any of the settings, so I just Googled it, and yeah, I got all the settings there. I put it in. It does work. It is a little bit slow, but the web pages are surprisingly okay to read. So if you go into your Hotmail, you can in fact get in there. You can type in your username, passwords, and stuff like that. But it is very slow, just sort of like for emergency use if you needed to. Okay, so that's that. The phone can hold phone contacts, about 500 phone contacts it can hold in the phone itself. The SIM card that you put in, obviously, is, I think normal SIMs are 200 contacts, and I think that the micro ones now hold 250. This has now, at the moment when we're using this now, this has got a micro SIM in it. The phone is set up to hold a normal size SIM card, but my card that I got with my new phone is a micro one, so I've just put the little adapter in there, cut my SIM card down, and it fits in here and it all works perfectly. So you can use both, okay, which is great news. The audio player plays MP3s, and I've got probably about 700 and something other songs on here. They all play fine. They play through my Bluetooth headset, like I said. The phone does come with a little pair of headphones as well, but that have a USB connector on them, because there's no 3.5mm connector on the phone. but you can plug the headphones in that came with it. But I haven't listened to them, to be honest. Okay, I just use my Bluetooth adapter. Now with the Bluetooth, that's interesting. Now when you play your audio, I found a little problem which I resolved. Okay, so if I go to menu here, okay, I'll try and get it closer so you can actually see the clarity of the screen. The screen is beautiful. It doesn't show up on the phone here, but we go to multimedia at the top there, and I go to audio player there. Now I'll start to play a tune. It will just take a little while to load up. When you're in the audio, when you start playing it, it's instant when you go through your tracks and things. But when you first go into it the first time, it just takes a few seconds just to find the track and then just to start to play it. Okay, so we're playing now. In fact, why have I got no sound? Oh, okay, I think I was logged onto my Bluetooth headset. Unfortunately, it's playing through my earpiece. That's what it's doing. If I switch this off, there we go, instant. That switched off and it instantly came back through the watch. Okay, so there's my the music playing on there. I'll go back. Okay, so I can alter the volume on here. I can turn them down, I can turn them up. I mean, it's not bad, it's okay, but the clarity through the headphones is excellent. But if you're playing Bluetooth, there's a little quirk with the phone, okay? And when I first did it, I was gutted because the music was just mono. Now what you do is you don't go into your Bluetooth settings, you go into the audio settings, you go to options, and then you come down here, okay, just scroll down, and we go to settings, and then on here there's Bluetooth settings. You can probably just see it there, Bluetooth settings, and on here you've got BT stereo output, and that has to be defaulted to on. Now it was defaults to off. Okay, now when I put it on now it's fine and it all stays there and everything plays in stereo. But if you're receiving a call now, say you're playing your music now through your Bluetooth, if somebody calls you, everything works. You press your button on your remote Bluetooth headset device, and then you just take the call. Now when you end the call, if you end it from your Bluetooth device, this will go back to mono because it tries to default back to your little Bluetooth earpiece and not to your stereo headphone system. So if you do end it on your Bluetooth little adapter here, then you'll have to go back into here and put it back to stereo. But if you end the call on the button here on the watch, it all stays as stereo. Just a little quirk, because I'll be messing with the watch and just found these things out. So there we go. So there's my little Bluetooth adapter there, my Jabra BT3030, which is an excellent piece of kit. About 3 years old now, works fantastically, and long battery life and everything there. The Samsung one here, my little Bluetooth thingy here, by the way, this is a Samsung Bluetooth headset, and this one lasts about 2 weeks in standby, and it's got something like about 11 hours of talk time or something. It's absolutely incredible, and because I switch it off, I just never charge it. Now all my devices here, they all use the same is it the micro USB or the mini USB? I can never remember which one this one is, but they all use this. So I just use one charger for everything, and it even charges up my the phone that I'm videoing this on as well. Okay, so there we go. So that's the audio. The audio is very, very good, and as you can see, I've got 718 songs on there. Yeah, something like that. Now, a little quirk as well. If you want to add songs into this now, I've done this. I've plugged it into the computer. I brought this up as a drive, and I've dropped my audio into this audio player, but I can't seem to find them. And what I've had to do is I've had to now just add music to my file on my computer, and then what I do is I wipe this and then put it back in again, and then it's all there. I don't know why, or it could be that I have to just put it into another playlist. I haven't worked that out yet, but anyway, everything's there and it all plays, and the sound quality is very, very good. Okay, you've also got video player on here. Okay, so there's a couple of videos on there. They were just took a couple of little test ones on there. Nothing brilliant, and they're not going to show up on here very well anyway, but it works okay. And there's your this is your video camera. Okay, so there's your video camera there. It's got loads of settings on it. You can alter the picture quality, the size of the picture. You can alter the exposure compensation. There's some color settings there as well. You can do some scene modes. There's all sorts of things on it, which is incredible for a phone like this. It really is amazing. And you can alter them on screen, or you can come back into the menu here, and then you can alter things in here. I'll just bring it up so you can see some of the writing if the camera will focus. white balance, effect settings, video settings. I mean, it's absolutely staggering. Like I say, the screen is very, very good on this. The menus are beautiful, full rich color on there. I mean, it really is just a credit to these people. And I think this is the iPad Nano, the iPod Nano screen that they used on this. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what I've read somewhere. Okay. Images. Now, you've got images. You've got your pictures on here as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't show a little thumbnail on there. I don't know why. Maybe there's a setting that I haven't set up on there. But what we'll do, we'll just click one of those, and it will just says, "Do you want to view this?" Yes, I do. Okay, there we go. And on here, it's pretty good. It's a picture of my dad on his steam train. Okay, and then what we do, we scroll through. Okay, so you can scroll through like you would do on your mobile phone or what have you. Okay, not very good pictures. Okay, these are just some of my model engines. Go back again here. Okay, there. Now we can turn the picture around if you want. You can press the button. You can come around to this way, so it's slightly larger. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good, to be honest, for a small phone like this. And then you can zoom in as well. So you can press the plus button. Okay, and press again. Okay. Oh, I went to the side. I just missed the plus button. I can't see properly. There we go. So you can do that, and then you can move around the picture as well if you want to. Okay, it does zoom in quite a bit. I'm not going to stay here for ages doing that though. Right, I'll just come back to the main screen again. The beginning. Okay, go back into the menu. Okay, what else we got on here? You got your phone book. Oh yeah, come out of that. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just go and make a phone call because that's what the phone's for. Okay, there's your phone there. It's got a lovely screen on there, and it's very good as well. Again, with your fingers. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Now I'm bent over I'm bent right over my bag here trying to film this, and you can see it's actually very easy to use with my big stumbly fingers. Obviously, with the little stylus, it's even easier. But I wanted something that I could use with just my fingers without anything else. There you go. So you can just see how good that is. There we are. Go back to the menu again. Get some options there. Menu. What else is in here? We've got organizer. Okay, so on there you've got a calculator. Okay, there's your calculator there. Okay. Let's go right now. Okay, we've got your calendar. So there's your calendar. Okay, scroll through. You've got options there. You can put in notes and events and things like this. Okay, set up alarms. So you could use it just virtually like your PDA or your mobile. It's very good indeed. You've got alarms. You've got 5 alarms you can set up on this. Okay, per day. Which is very good. What else in File Manager? Oh, this is just telling you how much memory I've used on the phone. The memory card. Tasks. Okay, nothing in there. I haven't put anything in there yet. You can read ebooks as well, apparently. I've never done that myself, but you can read ebooks on there. And then you've got your Java there as well, so you can download apps and things like this on there. I haven't done that yet. I'm not really into the apps and stuff, but this has got just about what I want on it. So that's that. There's your Bluetooth there. You can't read the top. If I move it down, you'll read, there you go, power. Okay, so you can have your power on or off. And again, everything's very good. You can either touch it, and you can make adjustments there, or at the bottom it usually gives you options as well, like here it says off. So you can switch it off there, or on, or you can go into the actual system on the phone and do it. Just try and get it in focus for you. There we go. Visibility, my device. Okay, there's my devices there. And like I say, they connect virtually instantly. Even during a call, you can switch the Bluetooth headset on and off, and it will just transfer from the phone back to the Bluetooth headset without any problems at all. It really is superb. It's one of the best Bluetooth devices I've actually used. It's been very, very good. You've got your profiles as well. You've got your user profiles, so you can set up your ringtones and things like this. You've got general meeting, you've got outdoor, indoor, you've got headset settings as well. Okay, I've just got my general on there. You can have the phone to ring, or just ring. You can have it to ring and vibrate. You can have it to do an ascending ring. You can have it to vibrate first and then do an ascending ring. Is all loads of options on it. It's fantastic, and I just have it so it vibrates first, so I don't annoy anybody, and then it gradually ascends up in with the incoming tune that I've set there. Now there's loads of preset ones in here. They're all just typical sort of these electronic sort of like ting 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 sort of noises. But you can set anything you want on there. So I've got some of my songs on there to do the ring and the notification noises. One thing you can't change is the alarm. The messaging. If you get a message come in, you can't set anything else up on that. I haven't found a way of doing that. There's about 5 selections there of ones that they've preloaded, so I've just been using that, but that's not a big drama. So all in all, I mean, I'm very, very pleased with the watch. I mean, why would anybody buy one of these? Well, I have to have 2 watches, I have to have 2 phones when I come back to work. So I use the phone that I'm using at the moment, the HTC One S, and so that's my company one. And then when I have my personal chip in one of these, so I always carry a watch on my wrist. So I've got a watch and a phone, so I don't have to carry 2 phones around with me. Have I been impressed with it? Yes, I have been very impressed with it. I mean, it's very functional. The sound quality is pretty good. It's actually very good, to be honest. Hands-free, it's really good. If you drive along in your car and you get a call or what have you, then yeah, I mean, you can answer it, and you're not doing anybody any harm. You're driving along with your hands on the steering wheel and you're talking. I mean, you can't ask for any more than that. It comes with a stylus, which it doesn't say it in the adverts actually. And this phone is round about, I think about £80, something like that, including shipping. So, I mean, that's for what you get. It's just absolutely amazing. Battery life, they say about a day. They say about 3 days, 2 to 3 days, I think it is. I use it for about a day, and I use it a lot. And at the end of the day, I've probably got about 2 bars of battery life left. I just plug him in and just charge him up, and yeah, off we go again. My 12-volt charger for my HTC phones and my Bluetooth headphones and everything, they charge this as well, no problem at all. So yeah, so we're all good to go with all the accessories and everything as well. So it's a very functional watch. It really looks nice. It's very, very comfortable to wear. One thing I would have liked was, like I say, these buttons to have been on the other side, and I would have loved to have had the date on here as well. So when you first fire up the clock screen, there's a little box at the 3 o'clock number position here, and it looks like maybe they were going to put the date in there like a classic watch, but there's no date there, which is a shame. But you just touch it and you've got the date there anyway, as you can see, 21st of the 5th, 2012. And on the top you've got your notifications. Signal strength as well, that's an important thing. Now what I found is that this watch has got, it receives telephone calls and that in bad sort of blanked areas. My dad's house is a particularly bad area. All my HTC phones, including the One S now, they struggle at my father's house. I mean, they really do. This is about the same, maybe slightly better. I have received calls and texts where I'm sure that my HTCs wouldn't have. So it's very good. I've also read a report somewhere they said that if you take it off your wrist, that it actually the signal is slightly better. How true that is, I don't know. But with it on my wrist, I don't really have any issues. One thing that's a bit fiddly is the back. The back of the phone is a screw-on back. I'm not going to take it off. But there's not really much grip on these things. And what I found is if you get one of these rubber gloves, these little disposable, very thin ones, stick them on, it makes the job so much easier, it really does. But it's still a little bit fiddly. I think I've probably got like a Friday afternoon one with a bit of a weird thread on it. But other than that, I mean, for all intents and purposes, I only change the chip once a month and change it over, and I'm good to go. The battery I have never changed. It's the same battery that's in here. And it's getting better and better and better, the battery, as I've been using the phone, so like all batteries. So yeah, it's very good. Anyway, there we go. So that's just a little overview on the watch phone. Like I say, it's very functional. Text messaging is very good. Predictive text is good. We've got loads of storage for phone numbers. 500 phone numbers you can store in there. Plus you can get 200 or 250 onto your SIM as well. So that should see you through. Bluetooth is excellent. Sound quality is very good. I've played some 3GP videos on it from my previous phones and stuff, and that works fine. And yeah, it's good. you know, for what it is, it's quite a good sort of quality on there. Can you get on the internet? Yes, you can. It's a little bit slow, like I say, but yeah, I mean, it's what it is, you know. Okay, well, I hope that's giving me a little insight into it all. Oh yeah, pictures. If you put pictures on it, photos onto here, you can use any of your photos. I'm using some 20 megapixel photos, and I downsize them to 1024 by 768, and the phone can take that. It can read them no problem. If you go any higher resolution than that, it can't read them sometimes. So I stick to 1024 by 768. But when you take a picture with the actual camera built in the phone itself, which is this one here just at the top, then the highest resolution you can go there is 1280 by 1040. You can also change your wallpapers, your screensavers, all that kind of stuff as well. But again, you have to have a low resolution on the phone. Anyway, okay, hope that just shows you sort of like the functionality of one of these watch phones. And yeah, there we go. Maybe you can't get one. Cheers.